Minnesota inbound. DeRozan to tie it!
Oh! The marvelous DeRozan
Does it again in Indianapolis!
The NBA just had a weird week, a pandemic of stat padding, an explosion of injuries, and competition as fierce as squirrels in a bird feeder. We are now just 35 days away from the playoffs, and things are getting insane. Please tell me you brought your popcorn, because it's time to ball. Chapter 1, last Saturday. A mirage in the desert. On Saturday, we saw wizardry, annihilations, and an alternative reality with a white Dikembe Mutombo. The roller coaster of emotions began in Portland, where this happened with only 7 seconds left in the game.
7 seconds. Gary to three. No. Grady tapped up. Boucher. Tied 113.
The man who calls himself Dominatin' would get a chance to win the game at the buzzer.
Murray throws it toward the cup, redirected up and around it. Oh, Ayton had it right at the cup from about 5 feet out. It circled the circumference and popped out. We go into overtime.
It was an intense finish at the bottom of the barrel, but in OT, the Raptors found a way to lose the game by 10 points. While this was happening, we witnessed a former Raptor-on-Raptor assault.
DeRozan going 2 for 1, blocked from behind by Kawhi out of bounds.
But in the depth of the desert, the great White Buffalo was taking care of his shot-blocking duties.
And O'Neal shot blocked by White.
Hustles back on defense. Don't even know how he got to that as Royce O'Neal tried to go back with the left hand.
You need Batmans, you need Robins, you also need an Alfred.
There's a look
and Derek White is the ultimate Alfred.
And after challenging the three in his patented unconventional way,
he got the cornet contest.
That's right.
It was unclear if Luke was giving Roddy the patented Mutombo finger wag, as the Congolese himself would say.
That's a fifth floor problem.
Not in my house.
Kevin Durant's back must have been sore after the game, because that man was deadlifting the entire Suns roster with barely any help.
Durant stops, shoots, counter to three. And Missoula wants a timeout. 9 straight points. Season high 45 for Durant.
Unfortunately, it wasn't enough against the best team in the league. The Celtics were favored by 5.5, but walked away with a 10-point W. However, in San Francisco, the Spurs, who are the 29th worst three-point shooting team in the league, unleashed a 3-point hailstorm on the Warriors.
Wesley the kick out. Champagnie corner pocket three. Got it. Julian Champagnie. Big time response.
Both Steph and Wemby were out with right ankle injuries. And without his splash brother, Klay tried to single-handedly match the Spurs' firepower.
1.2 now. Still time to catch and shoot. Klay, catch and shoot. There's time. Dropped in a three to end the quarter.
But it wasn't enough, as the 12.5 favored Warriors lost by 13 points to the Wemby-less Spurs. Over in Motown, Luka Magic took the stage, treating the court like his own personal magic show.
And a fantastic pass by Luka. Jones to swing. Kyrie, another one.
Jalen Duren must have watched a Bad Boy Pistons documentary before the game, because bro was looking for nothing but smoke, and he wasn't stopping until he found it.
It's been spectacular. The effort inside trying to get a shot up, and Jalen Duren in Washington going at it.
Swaggy L was absolutely unbothered.
Luka's checking out the white glasses. I couldn't see happening things either.
As he danced his way to his 6th consecutive 30-point triple-double, the Mavericks were favored to win by 9 and ended up cruising to an 18-point victory for their 2nd win in a row. Chapter 2, Sunday night. Shaq eclipsed. From the thunderous roars in OKC to the bright lights of LA, Sunday night in the association was a cocktail of chaos and clutch plays. It started off in the City of Angels, where we had a double dose of NBA action. The Bucks took on the Clips and the Dame Antetokounmpo duo took over. But first, PJ Tucker decided to break the ice by sinking his first bucket since the prehistoric era.
Tucker with the rebound. Power dribble. He put it in. It's his first bucket since mid-November.
Giannis was playing sheriff, putting Bones Highland behind bars from downtown to the paint.
Highland's got Giannis wearing him in a straitjacket. Look at that. Giannis just not having any part.
But Brandon Boston had other plans, as he decided to combine the powers of Portis and Giannis to posterize them both in one fell swoop.
Boston gets around Giannis. Oh my goodness! Hello, nasty! Boston with
with the finish.
When he put it down, he was nasty at the end.
However, when clutch time came, the Greek freak knew what time it was.
Oh, Dame once more. Yes, sir. Damian Lillard bombs away, and the Bucks opening it up.
Dame and Giannis went on an absolute tear in the fourth, scoring or assisting on 31 straight points for the Bucks. The Bucks were favored by 6.5 and won by 7 points. In the second LA showdown, Anthony Edwards tried to put an end to the unibrow.
Edwards! Oh, look out!
Anthony on Anthony violence. However, AD had himself a game. 27 points, a season-high 25 rebounds, and a career-high 7 steals.
James finds Davis underneath. And Davis gets it to drop. +1.
And his brother from another mother had his killer combo stats at 100.
Reeves wows the crowd once, twice, and scores on the scoop.
If that wasn't enough, LeBron decided to add to the kill, sending Ant on a genealogy hunt before throwing down the hammer like only he can.
Wide open is LeBron. He's going down the middle. LBJ.
The Kings' streak of scoring 10-plus points in the regular season has officially outlasted Shaq's entire career. The last time he scored less than 10 points in the regular season was on January 5th, 2007, as the Lakers, who were favored by 5, ended up winning by 11. Meanwhile, in OKC, the Thunder decided to play the role of the basketball executioner. SGA was busy snatching Aldama's soul with a fake that sent him to the shadow realm.
Shea, up and under. That is just impossible to defend. Just took Aldama to the cleaners.
It was an easy 31-point win for the Thunder against the Hospital Grizzlies, but it didn't come without a price, as the Thunder lost J-Dub, their second highest scorer, to injury.
J-Dub got tangled up with the camera well. And you see him immediately take his way to the locker room, and Isaiah Joe pops off the bench.
Unfortunately, the injury gods weren't done. The Rockets snagged an impressive win against the Kings, but also lost their best player in the process. If you have a weak stomach, please look away.
Here comes Sabonis. And he ended up getting bodied and fouled. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. And then Şengün came down awkwardly over the top of him and is writhing and grimacing in pain and grabbing his right knee.
Oh my gosh. Well, you don't want him to put any pressure on it. That's why that wheelchair is there. Şengün, his head is down. Maybe he knows something we don't know, and hopefully just a shot.
Praying for a speedy recovery for both these young Kings. However, the vibes bounced back in Atlanta, with Zion making the executive decision to teach Vit Krejci a lesson in humility.
Blocked away by Zion. What a recovery. That's the way you never quit on a play.
But the Czechian forward was unfazed and waited for his chance to answer back.
Tees up Capella. Oh my, how about feet?
Of course, somehow, some way, Grand Theft Alvarado had to execute another Ocean's 11 level heist.
Another turnover by Alvarado. Here comes Marshall to lay it in.
But the player of the game was Trey Murphy III, who came off the bench and outscored everyone in the game. This man is one of those rare players who can legitimately win both the three-point and dunk contest at the same time.
Trey with a deep one.
That's it. Pick your poison.
Z coming up. How about Trey? Yes! Oh, Z on the lob this time.
The Pelicans were favored by 7 and won by 13 points, extending their winning streak to 4 straight. Chapter 3. Monday night. Stat padding exposed. Monday was a low day in the NBA, but a few bright and interesting moments shine through. In San Antonio, the Spurs and Wembanyama came out guns blazing.
He'll tag it himself. And he'll lift off and detonate in front of the hometown fans.
Wemby was back after his one-game vacation from his ankle injury, and he dropped 27 and 14. But Trayce Jackson-Davis decided to level the playing field.
Trayce Jackson-Davis puts Sohan in the bucket. Trayce Jackson-Davis. Oh! He put the entire country of France in the basket.
With Steph out, Kuminga was the first option for the Dubs, and the kid did his thing, leading the Warriors with 21 points, on their way to a 10-point revenge victory. Meanwhile, while Jokic was spinning the Raptors to their 4th straight loss.
Spin cycle activated.
Luka was stat-chasing hard, trying not to break his 30-point triple-double streak.
Doncic, now he just wants the 30. He's trying to hit that mark and keep it going. And Doncic just wants the 3. He's trying to get the 3 points to get to 30 and keep the record.
Ultimately, it didn't work, and the streak was broken. Typically, I would be against this type of behavior, but the Mavs were up by almost 40 when the Golden Boy was heaving these ill-advised shots. However, while Luka was BSing in Chicago, no one in the entire league caught fire like Sam Hauser.
Leads it for Pritchard, gets it back. Yes, sir! House money from the corner. Horford, out to Hauser.
Take you with you.
He's got another 20 plus for Sam Hauser.
Boston's sniper rained down a season-high 6 3-pointers, while Brown and Tatum added a combined 53 points to lead the Celtics, who were favored by 11.5, to a commanding 22-point victory. With this win, the Celtics became the first team to hit the 50-win mark this season, making it 3 seasons in a row. The only thing missing now is a championship. Chapter 4, Tuesday night. Stat padding continues. From the Claw's untimely exit to a King's dethroning, Tuesday's NBA action was a roller coaster ride of twists, turns, and jaw-dropping surprises. The ride began in San Antonio, as we witnessed Victor spamming that beautiful inverted pick and roll.
They weren't cleaning up the glass with his 3rd rebound already. He goes right by Dylan Brooks. Nice pocket pass to Trey Jones.
What a move by Wembanyama.
Before he extended to the heavens to do this.
Victor Wembanyama turning to the inside and puts it down for 2. Wow.
Even the sky is not the limit for him. Fingers crossed he stays clear of any injuries. Jalen Green had had enough of the Wemby praise, and in his rage, Bro nearly sent half the Spurs roster to the afterlife.
Jalen Green! Oh! So close. So close.
Kid's an athletic freak, no doubt. The Rockets were down their best player, but Steady Freddy held it down in Şengün's absence.
Shot clock winding down. Van Fleet out front. Van Fleet got it at the horn.
Helping the 3-point favored Rockets to barely squeak by with that 2-point W. At the same time, in the Big Apple, OG made a grand return from an 18-game absence, and he was still unconscious from those corners.
McBride, ball fake, corner, Anunoby back in. Anunoby is on fire!
As the man has already told us, he doesn't shoot to miss.
Oh, because when I shot, I expected to make it. So I don't shoot trying to miss.
Kelly Oubre responded with a hammer and the and one.
Anunoby almost comes up with the steal. A poster from Oubre and the foul.
But the player of the game was Josh Hart, who left everything he had on the hardwood.
The jumper off the mark, tip and rolls down. It's Hart crashing the glass.
Hart was 1 rebound away from the coveted 20-20 and 10 club, but Coach Tibbs finally realized the man needed some rest.
Monster numbers, 20 points, 19 rebounds, 10 assists. You said it, whatever the team needs, including an additional cheerleader.
For the 3rd game in a row, the Knicks held their opponent under 80 points. If this team can get healthy, they're going to be a pain in the playoffs. Despite being favored by 6, New York's favorite team walked away with a 27-point win. Meanwhile, in Tinseltown, Kawhi Leonard had to clock out in the middle of the game due to back spasms.
We're showing you Kawhi Leonard. This is footage from earlier in the game. He did leave the bench. Reggie, you were right on. This is him in the back tunnel, and then you can see here in the denim jacket. It appears that he's leaving.
Hopefully, all is okay with the Claw. But while he was getting some TLC, Anthony Edwards was busy locking down Paul George.
George now guarded by Edwards. Look at this. This is what I like about him. Edwards moving his feet. George can't get by. Forces a turnover. Edwards drives and lays it in.
Ant-Man was relentless, dropping 37 points, while Alexander Walker chimed in with a season-high 28 points to help the Wolves to claw their way back from a monstrous deficit.
Warren kicks it in the corner. It's down. Alexander Walker hits a 3, and the Wolves come surging back.
At one point in the game, the Clippers were up by 22, but they ended up losing by 18 points. We call this the Kawhi effect. While Luka's stat chasing got a pass for reasons already stated, SGA's version versus the Jazz was more egregious. Down double digits, Shea decided to foul Nembhard to send him to the line, and when he got possession of the ball, the man shamelessly hunted for those 2 extra points to get him to 30.
Indiana will meet again.
However, in Sacktown, Andre Jackson Jr. decided he had a bone to pick with gravity itself.
Who did he just climb to get to the top on that one?
That was felt throughout the arena. I mean, everybody's looking around.
Even the Kings bench was amazed. The Greek Freak was a human bulldozer out there.
Giannis steps through. How about another punch for good measure?
But all the Bucks' efforts couldn't save them from the wrath of Sabonis. This man was playing like he had a personal vendetta with Brook Lopez.
Oh, Sabonis with an answer.
That wasn't over a small guy. That was over Brook Lopez.
Here's De'Aaron Fox. Finding Domas. Oh, man.
Okay, Domantas Sabonis has posterized him twice in the first half.
Domas posted his 47th consecutive double-double of the season as Sacramento obliterated the Bucks by 35 points. The Kings are the epitome of predictably unpredictable. One night, they're taking down the giants of the NBA. The next, they're tripping over their own shoelaces. Chapter 5, Wednesday night, his rightful place at the top. Hump Day hoops in the association was anything but ordinary. AD caught another stray. Denver soared, and Cleveland played by the book. Right after bullying the Bucks, Sabonis set his sights on the Lakers. And this time, AD was the victim.
Domas reverse pivot. Oh, man. He just big-bodied Anthony Davis.
LeBron was not about to let his brother be mistreated like this. So the King channeled his inner Thor, hammering it down like he was forging a new era of basketball with every slam.
LeBron's going all the way to the rim. Hammer dunk. LeBron again. Down the middle he goes, and there is the timeout by Mike Brown.
This time he does it with the left hand.
But even his mighty hammer couldn't save the Lakers, as Sabonis went on a triple-double rampage. 17 points, 19 rebounds, and 10 assists. And with this win, the Kings completed a complete sweep of LA this season. Plus, to add insult to injury, Anthony Davis is now 0 of 10 versus Sabonis in his career. The level of individual domination is insane. However, in Indiana, the intensity reached over 9,000. Miles Turner had struggled from distance all night, but when his team needed him most, he answered the call.
Pass Turner for three. Tied! Miles Turner. Halliburton to Turner. Here's another three.
Feeling it again.
Miles hits again!
Kobe White was a pest in the best way possible, but if he had a crystal ball, he would have seen that oblivion was in his future.
Did Siakam get there? Yes! Did it get saved? Yes! What a breakaway! Yeah! Siakam makes a heck of a play.
But down 2 with 2 seconds left in the game, DeMarvelous DeRozan happened.
Caruso to inbound. DeRozan to tie it!
Oh! The marvelous DeRozan
Does it again in Indianapolis!
If there's no clutch time, it's not a Bulls game. These guys thrive on chaos and OT like it's their lifeblood. DeMar dropped 46 points, leading the Bulls to a 3-point victory, despite the Pacers being favored by 5. Meanwhile, in Dallas, Luka was putting on a show of his own with some nutmeg dimes.
Luka creating shots for you.
Here we go, Gafford, I'm sorry, but
No, it's okay. Take it.
29 in a row.
Take it.
Gafford, pocket pass, rolling, finishing.
Luka's beneficiary was Daniel Gafford, the man who currently cannot miss in the NBA.
Tested catch, and it's another slam dunk for Daniel Gafford. The man who cannot miss.
But unfortunately, on that same play, tragedy struck again. Luka went down with that pesky hamstring injury that refuses to go away. On the other end, Chris Paul had had enough of the refs' BS.
Some frustration there. There was some contact that they let go. It was Chris chasing down the official.
And Chris Paul just got teed up by Matt Myers.
And then Chris Paul teed up the ref.
He really did. I've never seen that before.
It doesn't work that way.
This was the Warriors' third consecutive game without Steph, and the Dubs' struggle session on offense continued as they shot a combined sub 40% from the field. With Luka now out, Kyrie led the charge for the Mavericks.
Kyrie to Lively, look out below.
Setting the table for a 10-point Dallas win. Meanwhile, the Nuggets decided to rout the Heat, while also claiming their rightful spot at the top of the Western standings.
Porter way out. Got it! Wow. MP.
Jokic dropped a casual 12 points, and the Nuggets still steamrolled their opponent. That's just how good they are right now. But the best news came out of New Orleans. Donovan Mitchell finally returned from a 7-game absence.
Trouble here.
Welcome back, Donovan Mitchell, as Mitchell can't
Hands a long ball.
The Cavs kept it clean and ethical, racking up only 3 free throws the entire game. The Pelicans, on the other hand, had a 26-3 free throw advantage, but where the Cavs lacked in free throws, they made up for it beyond the arc, draining an impressive 20 of 45 from downtown. The Pels were favored by 6, but they got absolutely demolished, losing by 21 points and snapping their 4-game winning streak in the process. Chapter 6, Thursday night. Guess who's back? From DeAndre Ayton's awakening to J-Dub's monstrous return, Thursday night hoops had it all. Starting on the East Coast, Tatum was out there treating KD like he was barbecue chicken.
Tatum got the loose ball. 3 over Durant. Put that baby right down. Led by Allen. 3 will go down. Tatum again. 23 for Tatum.
Meanwhile, Bol Bol had himself a first half. 10 points on a perfect 4 of 4 from the field.
Ball in the corner. Yes, sir.
What a spark off the bench. The Suns have needed it.
And Shaq was gushing over his favorite player.
We're going to talk about my boy Bol Bol. We're going to talk about my boy Bol Bol.
Unfortunately, he would follow that up with 0 points in the second half. But Jaylen Brown was a different story. Bro went full beast mode, exploding for a loud 37 points.
Look at this, a steal by Brown.
Right after that, Coach Mazzulla took it into his own hands to enforce a rule that everybody contests shots. Players, coaches, everybody.
You've got a head coach. Wow. He stepped on the floor trying to block a shot attempt of a player. I'm not sure I've ever seen that in Joe Mazzulla.
Al Horford was timeless as always.
Horford triple. Wow. By even more. My goodness, Al Horford.
Sinking 6 of Boston's season-high-tying 25 three-pointers as the 5.5 favored Celtics dismantled the Suns by 15 points, becoming the first team to clinch a playoff spot. However, in OKC, Wilt's legacy lived on as Daniel Gafford finally missed a shot, ending his streak at 33.
And that's his first miss in 34 attempts. He falls too short of Wilt Chamberlain's record.
Josh Giddey was threading needles.
What a pass! What a finish!
And SGA dropped 31 points, adding another 30-plus point game to his resume. That's a total of 49 such games, in case you lost count.
Gilgeous-Alexander, a little step back on Washington, is right with him, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander reins one in. That was good defense. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 16. He backs Lively out. Shot fake, contact, count it!
But the real star of the show was J-Dub. Coming off his ankle injury, bro was blocking shots like he was swatting flies at a picnic.
Kyrie Irving, ooh, denied by Williams. Lost his dribble. Jones, oh, Jalen Williams, a defensive highlight of the game.
And to top it all off, he put the exclamation point on the dub.
Williams, and an exclamation point.
The Thunder were favored by 9.5 and cruised past the shorthanded Mavericks, winning by 7 points, moving into a tie with the Nuggets at the top of the West, while the Greek Freak was mean-mugging all over the depleted Sixers.
Hesitating, stopping the defense, and a flex.
You see his face? I mean that. This is the first few minutes of the game.
Kawhi came back from those back spasms with a vengeance.
Leonard from the dotted line. Kawhi Leonard is 7 of 8.
And DeAndre Ayton decided to break out of his hibernation after all the disrespect.
Pass inside. Kamara kicks it out in the corner. Ayton tries a 3. Let's go. DeAndre Ayton. That's his first 3-point make of the season.
But the craziest performance came from H-Town, where Jordan Poole took us back to the good old Warriors days with the spin cycle.
Ooh, what a spin move. Very nice. Quicker than a hiccup on that spin move by Poole.
Before sending Van Vliet back to the Great White North.
Poole working his dribble game. Being rewarded. And that's a stop and score.
But the Rockets weren't about to roll over and play dead. They unleashed their offense with all their starters hitting double digits. Jalen Green led the way with a season-high 37 points, including completely violating all of Butler's human rights.
He just lost Butler. Yeah! Jalen Green! And the look away! You're a wizard, Jalen Green!
The stare down, legendary. The no-look tray, iconic. Thompson added his own contribution to the play-in push.
Oh my goodness! Ahmed Thompson
just relentless.
leading the Rockets, who were favored by 8.5 to a commanding 16-point victory. This win marked their 4th straight W. Chapter 7, Friday night. Elder abuse on Isle Durant. On Friday, lights dimmed for a moment of silence, but on the court, the NBA roared to life with jaw-dropping plays and unexpected outcomes. The moment of silence was for RJ Barrett's 19-year-old younger brother, Nathan, who passed away tragically this week. Our thoughts and prayers to the Barrett family. And while there is no easy way to continue from here, I suppose we can go on over to New Orleans, where Herbert Keyshawn Jones was moving like he owned the court.
Oh my goodness gracious! Ladies and gentlemen, Herbert Keyshawn Jones!
And despite all the chatter about his weight, Zion was out there proving the doubters wrong.
Leave it at 80. Z the distance. Got it away in time.
That's 3.5 seconds, Joe. 3.5 seconds.
Didn't take long.
But the Pelicans weren't done yet. They decided to treat us to a lob party with Trey Murphy.
Trey on the lob. Why not?
The Pelicans have so much talent, it's almost unfair. They dominated the paint, 58-36, with Zion leading the charge. The abuse he was dishing out to Zubac was straight up criminal. Z dropped 34 points, as the Pelicans, favored by 7, overcame the Clippers by 8 points, winning the season series 3-1. So if it ever came down to a tiebreaker, they'd have the upper hand. After the game, Zion had some words.
I'm a competitor. I want to win. Simple as that.
However, in San Antonio, we had the confrontation of the poles of the West, but the main show was between Wembanyama and Jokic. After Wemby did this to the Joker,
And he retaliates with a ball. That's the way you get your revenge right there.
Jokic took it personal and decided to hang 31 on him before taking a breather.
The steal. And the alley-oop to Watson is a beauty.
Denver's ball movement was elite.
Porter's got it. Scoop it to Gordon. Oh no, Gordon give it and take it. Oh!
The Nuggets were favored by 10.5 and walked away with an 11-point victory, marking their 5th straight win. At the same time in C-Town, KD learned the hard way that gravity still works, even on basketball superstars.
Another layup.
And if that wasn't enough, Miller decided to give him some dance lessons too.
Oh, get in there! That's what I'm talking about! A staggering, retreating Kevin Durant can only watch. Brandon Miller smash one.
But the Suns came to play, with Booker leading the charge with 21 points. It was a balanced offensive showcase, with everyone getting in on the action.
Nurkic with a scoop pass to Gordon. Slings it into the corner to Grayson Allen, who deposits.
The Suns were favored by 10.5 and walked away with an 11-point victory. And in Beehive State, Jalen Johnson was at war with the rim.
The dunk
Right
by
over
Jalen.
John Collins.
Boy, that was impressive.
Right over John Collins. It's glass.
Jalen, that'll get him going.
That's how you do it.
While his brother in crime was pulling from everywhere.
At the horn, Murray. Yes!
Wow.
Unfortunately for the Hawks, Keontae George and Colin Sexton lit up the scoreboard with a combined 46 points, with Sexton displaying his vertical leap.
Stolen by Sexton. Take it out! Come on, Bowler. Big play.
It was simply too much for the Hawks to overcome. Anyways, wherever you are in the world, be the GOAT of that moment. Stay GOATed.